Alright guys, so I will be reviewing the NZG AC200 in Megalift library. This is one library that I cannot find pictures or much information on, so I'm assuming that this was limited to 300 like most NZG models are when they are made in custom libraries. It retails for under $200 and I believe it's for around $190, which is great, and I suggest it as a collector's crane. There's one problem, I guess you could say, that you need, or the upgrade that you need for it, and I'm sure saying that right now most people already know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, be sure to stick around for the whole review. Anyway, starting here with the Outriggers. The Outriggers are perfect. They are screw down, and they didn't really improve much on it. You would think that they would, but you could still see the threading for them. And I'm just trying to adjust my camera here. And they screw down. They can hold a nice amount of weight. As you can see, I'm screwing them down here. Now there is one thing that I do want to say about them. Now looking at them from the side, you could see that they do bend in, you know, a lot. And that's one thing that always worries me on 1/50th scale cranes, because you know, I'm always scared of them breaking, because once they break, the model is done. So what I personally always do, and you'll even see this if you're on my Facebook page and I post pictures of it, I always just mid-extend them because I feel like they're stronger like that. But that's just me. It could obviously hold a nice amount of weight, but that's all in my head. Anyway, going to the front of the cab. The front of the cab looks very nice, I must say. I think it because like it has a lot of black and red, and the colors go very well. It's not too much red, and I like how the black looks. You can see there are 3 windshield wipers. They don't move or anything, so if you're looking for a model that moves, don't buy this. And a very, very cool thing that they have here in the front is the latch for the hook. Not the most realistic, obviously, but it works, and I like that a lot. Going to the side of the cab, you can see AC200-1. It has the mirror, and it has the warning beacon, and it has one on the passenger side as well, which is very cool, and I really like that a lot. The side of the crane has a silver diamond plating, and it has it on the side, on the top of the deck, and on the other side, which I really like a lot. It gives it a very interesting look. It almost gives it not even a look of a crane, but it's still very cool. The axles over here turn, and when you turn the first one, as you can see there, the back one turns, and the rubber on them is also very nice. It's not like a hard Norskott glossy rubber, which I like a lot. Going to the back as well, these 2 axles turn, so you could turn them like that. Obviously the middle axle doesn't turn, that's so it can actually, you know, maneuver itself. And going to the back over here, you can see that you have a toolbox and the warning lights, and unfortunately, like the tail light and the you know, turn signal and everything is just a decal, but there's really nothing you could do. Nice thing is though that they did add the toolbox right here, and you can see it's even diamond plated, almost like a real one would be. So that's pretty cool as well. Coming to this side, you can see it's pretty much the same, and you got the ladder over here like you do on the other side, so that's so the operator can get up there and whatnot, so that's also pretty cool. Going to the top of the deck, like I said, it has diamond plating and silver, like I said, and over here they painted it. You have your exhaust and air cleaner and whatnot. Over here is really just dead space, so I put like hook blocks or whatever in there, maybe some chains or some rigging. Because like I said, it really is just, you know, dead space. There's really nothing you could do with it. Maybe you could put like a box there for some rigging or whatnot, but I keep the whip line in there. And over here you have the rest for the boom. Coming to the body, and this is where it needs the improvement, which I got from mine, but I'll get to that in a second. Coming to the body, it's pretty interesting because it wobbles a lot on the screw, but the screw is as tight as it could go, so maybe it needs a bigger washer or something, but I'll get to that when the time comes. But looking at the body here, very nice. You can see the Megalift, the decal. For some reason my camera goes crazy when it sees that silver, but like it doesn't focus or anything. Hopefully it does, but you can see the decaling over here. It has the steps to get up here, and you can see more silver diamond plating. The handrail over here, which is metal, and if you make out between the handrail, you can see another step there to see the winch. Now the cab really isn't nothing crazy, as you could see. It just has, you know, the seat and the operator's controls, and you could tilt the cab up, which I guess is cool. It really doesn't, you know, tilt up like crazy or anything, but that's still pretty cool that you could do that, and I'm just going to tilt it down here. Now, one very big disappointment in this model, and here you can see it tilt, is the counterweights. The counterweight is removable, and I say counterweight because it's all in piece, and that's the disappointing part, and that's what I'll show you here. So the way you remove it is, you see these two tabs up top here. You just unscrew them, and the counterweight will drop down. Now, if you look at it, it's only two pieces. Now, realistically, I believe that there should be two pieces here, and then the cheek weights. It would be nice, like, if YCC released actual weights for it, but they would obviously have to have weight in them. But that is pretty cool as well. Now, one thing I also want to point out, if you put the crane in its self-assembly position, you can see under here there's these two little holes, and on the deck you can see these two little tabs over here, and if you put that there, you can see it's locked in there. So that's what it looks like during the self-assembly, which does actually look pretty cool, and I do like it like that a lot. So now I'll just put it back. And just screw them in. It's a very easy assembly. Now, if you want to get to detail on the counterweight, you can see the back has the Terex decals. Up here is the Megalift details, and it even has a little warning beacon, so assuming when it turns. So that's also pretty cool. Looking at this side is my favorite because it just, I don't know, I think that it just looks very good. You can see more decaling. It's really not much on this side, the handrail and the exhaust. And if we look over here, you can see the steps to get up to the top over there. Now, one thing that I definitely want to point out here is the cylinder. And I guess I'll turn it like this, especially since you could see it better like this. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the cylinder because I actually already made the review for the cylinder. But it's definitely a must-have, and just to sum it up real quick, if you're going to get the crane, definitely get the cylinder, the YCC cylinder. I already made a review about it, so I'll upload the review, but it's the best addition you could probably have on any model, especially on this one, since the cylinders are always so stiff. Anyway, like I said, I have a review for that. It'll be up soon. If you're looking at the boom here, you can see the side of the boom has these odd little tabs on the side, and that's to hold the jib. And here's the jib. I really don't like the look of the jib, I will be completely honest. I haven't really ever liked these little fly jibs on mobile cranes, if you haven't figured that out yet, because I really don't display them in my collection like that. I'm more of a fan of a luffer, but here's the jib. And when the crane is in transport mode, you could put it on there, but I still, maybe it's just me, but I haven't really figured out a way to put it on here. Maybe it could stay like that, but it falls right off. Now, looking at the boom sections, they are very nice. I like how they did the silver striping on the edge. I think that that's a huge plus, and it definitely breaks away from all the red, because there is a lot of red on this model. Now, one thing I want to say about the boom sections is it seems like sometimes they do sink in. So what I did was I reversed the clips on mine. And what I mean by the clips are, if you look in the back here, you can see that's basically the clip, and it locks into there. The bottom piece used to be on the top, so it used to they literally just used to sink right in. And if you put a nice amount of weight on them, they don't go anywhere. So that's what I mean by reversing the clips. And I suggest doing it on any crane, but the thing is that, as you can see right here, you could just pull the boom right out, so you have to make sure, especially because you'll lose the spring and everything, but that's for another video. Coming to the top up here, you can see on the end of the decal it says GHBH. I really don't know why, it's from another country. And going to the boom head, this is the old version of the AC200 for some reason. So it still has the brass sheaves, and I don't know why. I guess the livery came out a while ago, maybe they didn't sell much. There's really not many pictures of it, but you can see there's more telescopic sections. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can get to a pretty decent height. I'm not sure, I haven't ever really extended out much, but that's basically the height it could get to. And one thing I'd also want to say is that the string on the model kind of sucks. It's that old, thick, I guess fluffy, you could even describe it as, that old NZG string. I'm replacing my string as soon as new stuff comes, so I'm just putting that out there. You can see that frays very easily on the ends too. Now, the hook block, here's the hook block. Probably my favorite hook block out there, I do have to say that. Looking at it, it's just very nicely made. Even has a tie off in the middle. And here's the edges of it. And you can see they even painted the pins. And the nice thing is the hook does swivel on the bottom. So that's also very cool. So in conclusion, a very nice model. It does need some improvements. Both from NZG, actually all from NZG's parts, but some of them you could do on your own. And what I mean by from NZG is basically the counterweights. It would be nice if they could actually come off realistically, but you know, they don't, and what could you really do? I don't really display on models like that, but some people do. Altogether with the cylinder, because you basically have to get the cylinder, because it's either going to be too stiff or over time it's going to become too loose. The cylinder is around $40 with shipping in the crane. You get it for $196 for free shipping. Highly suggest to anyone who's you know, wanting to get into crane models to get this model, because for one, it's really nicely made, and it's a perfect size, and the price is also really good. It's not really a small model at all. And for some odd reason, it's pretty cheap. So whatever it is, you know, wish they could make them all like this. But anyway, there's the review of it, and I hope you enjoyed.